working in a newsroom in a different country than the country you're covering, it's a lot of work where you have to just like be monitoring the news 24/7. Of course, you have to have a crew in the country you're covering because you need to be on the ground. And it's not just because you just have to be there, but because you need verification for all the amount of content you see coming on social media, be it Twitter, be it Facebook. If you're going to do your fact check online, if you're going to do it digitally, fine. But at the end of the day, you need someone on the ground to actually go over there and see it with their own eyes, because this is like, it's a person that you actually trust. It's someone that you know, a journalist that's hired by the same network that you work for. So you kind of have like the same editorial policies. So being based in a country that's different from the country that I cover is very challenging, but at the same time, it's very interesting because you don't just cover the perspective of whatever the media in that country is covering. You see it from a whole different perspective because it's kind of like an international perspective. So if someone is, let's say, in Egypt and they're very involved in whatever the Egyptian media is saying, just covering it from the US is different because you're seeing it from an international perspective and what other countries say about this or how they see it and their own point of view on what's going on in Egypt. And at the end of the day, it comes back to the audience and what they want to hear and what they want to, it's not that what they want us to say, but in a way it's kind of like, you guys, we have the information for you, be it international or local, and you make your take on it, like this is your take on it and this is what you think of it at the end of the day. But of course, fact checking is very important, and having someone on the ground is basically way more important than doing all your fact checking online. If you don't have someone on the ground doing the video for you, it's very challenging because at the end of the day, you'll have to rely on whatever people are circulating on social media. So if you're producing a video and the only content you have is just videos on Twitter that are trending on social media, then you have to go through the whole process of fact checking, and you have to go through all the process where, can I actually use this kind of footage or not? Do I have to go back to my lawyer to ask for the copyrights? And at the end of the day, it does take more time to do all of this. And sometimes we would work on a lot of videos, but at the end of the day, it turns out that the videos are not even from the same country, or they're not even from the same protest that we're covering. So it's very challenging, but at the end of the day, if you have a good video and you're 100% sure about the footage you're using in the video, then it's very rewarding, as in you're presenting people with information that's 100% true, it really happened. And it makes you feel better as a journalist or as a producer, because you're kind of like, this is what you guys need to know, this is what's happening on the ground, and we really went out of our way to make sure that we're giving you the truth. And we used a lot of tools, and we actually have people on the street who are just like, they know that this for a fact happened. But when you don't have a lot of visuals, then in that case you can actually start using maybe tweets, or you can maybe use Facebook posts. So it's not just that the video has to include videos, but it can use a lot of more visual elements, like you could have a photo, but it all goes back to what your product look like the product itself, what it looks like, and your graphics and your theme and how you want it to look like. And at the same time, it has to be short, concise, and the information has to be all fact checked, 100% true. And yeah, you can do a lot with a video. Yeah.